For God and for youth. For God and for youth. Now I feel shy, you know. Thank you, please. Yes. They said I should come and talk to you guys about introduction to tech, right? Well, the backstory is that this is not supposed to be introduction to tech, it's supposed to be introduction to skills. So left to Fidelis, I should be here talking to you about how to make liquid soaps and beats. But God said no. So the boy invested in me and decided to say, let's do introduction to tech. So this way you guys clap for me for bringing this innovation. Thank you. So, that being said, we go straight to introduction to tech, right? From yours truly, Jay Asupor. So a little bit about me, I'm a Golang developer. I don't know if you guys have heard of Python, you've heard of C, C++, and all those things, but yeah, I'm a Golang developer. I specialize in building fintech applications. So the likes of partner, payers, and blockchain, be free to mention a few, are under my portfolio. So, number one, what is tech? If I should ask anybody can give me maybe what do they understand by tech? Anybody? Who knows? This might be your point for today actually. So let's get lively, let's start talking. Yes, what is technology? Yes, you right? Please.
Okay, good evening everybody. My name is Mario, and what I understand by tech is like coming together of ideas to try to handle a particular problem. That's my own view of tech.
Yeah, they said it's a coming together of idea to handle a particular problem, right? That's what you said. So, yeah, it's the same thing basically. Tech is easy, the layman language, right? Tech is just any innovation that helps us do things faster, smarter, and better. But it's not now that you're trying to feed your family, jumping balls, you have to go to work and you actually want to learn tech and then you want to make it breakthrough tomorrow. It's not so. So the question is that, why tech? Why should you be interested in tech, right? And the answer is very simple. For number one, money. Tech is a high demand, right? Yeah, it is high demand now. It's still going to be high demand then. It's going to see high demand in the future. When I started tech, the Nodes and the Node.js and the C++, to me it was a bit saturated. And that was my backstory into going to Golang, right? Being a Golang developer. Because I felt like, should I do this thing that everybody's doing it, and how long will I take to be seen? Or should I do something new, and then how quick can I rise? So when you want to select tech, right, you might not have to do what is. There are ways of selecting what tech skills you should be looking at, and we're going to get to that. But it also depends on the time you have in your hand to learn these things and what is on ground. You can look forward and say, okay, fine, maybe since everybody is doing the whole software thing, writing code, building app, let me push myself into crypto market. Because take it or leave it, when pay is coming. Then coding, when you talk to someone about tech, the first thing that goes to their mind is coding, right? Coding is, in Nigeria, is a big part of the Nigeria tech ecosystem, but coding is not the only thing about them, right? And then, like I said, in reality, multiple roles exist. So you can start somewhere. You can start with the non-coding part of them, and now transition into the mobile, right? So the question is, what are the core parts in tech? And I'm going to try and narrow it down to our Nigerian tech ecosystem, right? To see what we can see in tech. For the first one, this is the one that almost everybody in Nigeria, when we talk about tech, they are thinking. What they have in mind is software development, that's building applications where you have to write code, and then you're writing code to build applications, right? That one we have front end and back end, and if you're doing the two, is full stack, right? Now the problem is that when people come to me and say they want to learn tech, I first ask them, what aspects of tech do you want to learn? And I realized that most of them don't really do their research. They don't know what they want. They just come and say, I want to learn tech. Okay, what part of tech? They tell you, and the one you are doing now. Which one is the one you are doing now? Yeah, which one am I doing? They say, teach me everything that you know. I cannot do everything I know, because this I didn't know everything I know. There's no way I have tasks that I'll now say, oh, I knew this thing. So before you come to me, someone to say, please teach me tech, or I want to go into tech, you should do your research, because you are not in the primary school that someone is going to start holding your hand and say A for apple, B for ball, and stuff like that. You need to do research. So if I notice that you cannot do your own research, then I won't even bother. And most of the research goes around like, what are the fields or the core tech area that you might be interested in? Now we have software development, front end, back end, full stack. So let me briefly explain what front end and back end and the full stack is. Who knows Yahoo Mail or Gmail? Who knows how the mail works? We all have Gmail at work. We have a Yahoo account, Gmail account, yes. Who can have Yeah, so does someone have an idea about the front end? You have an idea about the front end? Now, what's the front end?
The front, like, wait, because you don't know the back, you don't know what is working at the end, that's what just the front, design the front.
Yeah, technically that's easy, right? So, when we're talking about, when we are talking about, what do you call it, tech, right? The world is about data. Software engineering is about how you manipulate data. Like I get your name, I get your email address, I get your details and save it and do whatever I want to do with it. So now, for example, how a front end works using an email, for example, right? Front end gives you that user interface in which you come, you put your name, you put your date, you put your stuff, right? And then you now send it to the backend. The backend is now the one that controls the logic about how that your data is supposed to be processed or saved. I will need to have two each, because the tech world is everybody's always on the move, right? If someone comes and coach my front-end developer, I need someone that knows the system to stand as a back-end, to bring another person, to mentor the other person that is working on that system. So I'm going to, in theory, in practice, I'm going to want to have two back-end developers and two front-end developers and maybe one UIUX designers. It's now when these people are going to work for me continuously for, let's say, 6 months to 1 year. I will need a data analyst, I will need a DevOps head. Do we understand the point? So that's why it's easier to get a job when you choose a particular core in tech than getting a job when you choose other particular core in tech. Then it's now when we're about to start launching the project, let's start building take it to cloud. That's when you now get your DevOps, your cloud engineer, and you only need one. Now, data scientists and data engineers, most companies that I know in Nigeria, they don't even take that line until maybe you are big like MTN or Stanbic Bank. Then I'm like, okay, wow, we have so much data. Let's see what we can do with this data. Let's see how we can manipulate this data to give us what and to know our target audience, right? And I'm bringing data scientists. And we are bringing data scientists. I'm not going to bring a novice. So the question is that where does a data scientist get his experience from in Nigeria? Do you understand? Except to have a good mentor that's going to drag you by the hand and say, oh, I have this someone who's for you. It's hard. We want to think of what to do. Put that in consideration your location in Nigeria. When you US, yes, other European country, yes. I'm sure there's more things for you to use and learn and then get all. But please, in Nigeria, put that in mind, your location. And then number 4, access. Consider how you are going to get access to materials, any materials, is it mentors, any materials, that way we have YouTube now, by the way, guys are going to be on YouTube, that's GS on YouTube, Golang, in the search application, also will be. So, what should be your action plan, right? That's action plan should be, these are the key action plans you should be having in mind. Find a mentor, right? Having a mentor is always most likely the fastest way to enter tech, right? You find a mentor like someone like me. If I do get calls, offers like, okay, we need something like this, and then I now look at who can do it, and I now say, okay, fine, take this. Because not every job you can do, not every work that is worth your time, right? There are certain levels you pass, and you're like, this work is not worth my time, give it to the next person. So mentors help you do that. They help you give. They're not teaching you. People don't get this right. Mentors are not teaching you. They're only guiding you, and then they notice that you are good enough. They can expose you to opportunities and networking that they have. Secondly, good network. Try and meet good people who have good network, good connections. If there are tech people sitting down here, get involved in the conversation. Say the rubbish you know, you'll be corrected, you get to learn. If the people know that that's what you like, they are going to want to reach out to you. We have search for resources, like I said. Nobody's going to teach you. Build projects on your own, go online, search for your resources, go to my YouTube channel, like I said, and then you will get so many resources, right? And then once you get an internship, like try and get an internship, right? That's where you start learning skill. You have to be paid, even if it's for free. As long as it's remote and then it's for free, try and get those internships. And build a strong portfolio. This is what most people are scared of doing. Make use of the social media, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your whatever you are learning, you post it there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody has to like it. Or post it there, the world is seeing you. Because at the end of the day, those are the things that people say, okay, what has this guy been doing over time, right? So, that being said, do we have any questions for yours?
There are a lot of opportunities in the tech industry, like you said, especially for software engineers. So it's just not the right platform. So can you please tell us, those platforms you can register for and, get better gigs? Thank you.
All right. Do you guys hear me? Yeah. So for me, like I said, build your portfolio, right? As you are doing something, build it. For me, I use LinkedIn. I'm not registered in, I'm not really registered in all those, what do you call them? There are some platforms, like Upworks, I'm not registered in. I'm registered, but I don't use Upworks, right? Reason being that I know my niche. I'm not a contract person. You cannot just come and give me $50, $100 to do something. What does that do in my life? Nothing actually. So, know your niche, sell yourself. So, like Jim Ike said, there was a time he was doing movies for free, but he built himself in such a way that the first time that someone went to price him, they're like, I think it's a big guy, they priced him well. So for me, I use LinkedIn. If you go to my LinkedIn profile or my YouTube channel, it's always active, right? So when someone is reaching out to me, they're reaching out to me based on the fact that, yeah, they have seen my profile. For example, I was called by Great Finance. Who knows Great Finance? Someone reached out to me and said, I need you to come in for Great Finance. And how did the person reach out to me? Through my LinkedIn. And why would it come through my LinkedIn? That's because I have built my portfolio. So you build a portfolio on LinkedIn. Apply for jobs on LinkedIn, right? If you can get it, fine. But it doesn't stop you from building your portfolio. That's the best way I feel you can get good text. And then your networking, when you join those WhatsApp groups, they do drop job links there, and then you start from somewhere. Any other question? Any question? I have questions. We don't have questions. Now I have questions. And this is going to form your scores for today. All right. Yeah, data analytics. Any other question? So, quick one. If there's no other question, I would like you guys to actually go to YouTube if you are with your phone and please subscribe to my YouTube channel at J Asukwo, right? Thank you very much. If it's not too much of the hassle. And then you can also reach out to me at KJ Asukwo on Twitter, send me a message and I will always follow up, right? So that's that. And then this is, like I said, this is supposed to be a school acquisition introduction. So I'm going to do that justice by telling you that Sion, we are planning other skill acquisition, including tech proper, bid making, soap making, and so many things. Please watch out for that on Sion page. You can also follow Sion, CHCC or Jota on social media too, so that you can keep up with all the information. For God and for youth. For God and for youth. So, like I said, like I was told by the moderator, your scores today, your points today will be based on questions, right? And I hope you guys are paying attention, right? That's why the tech came last, so that you guys can actually pay attention and jot down as many things as possible. So, the questions are from number 1 to 12. And nobody knows the question. I wrote them this, we just write before this started. Nobody knows the question. From number 1 to 12. How are we doing it? How many questions each? One question each, right? So the question is that, who started first? Do we go like this? Yeah, start like this. Okay, from Shilo, from Holta. Let's start from just choose a number. Just have a lucky number. Choose a lucky. You just choose your lucky number. Yeah.